All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Orb on the Movements of the Earth, episode 13.
It's about to go down.
Oxy versus Novak. You can do this. You're a man of faith. Actually, well, okay, you might be a man of faith, but all right. So I feel bad, but I don't actually have.
You're talking about Novak here?
No. Oxy is now a man of faith. He's found his faith.
Yes.
But the thing is, I am still, even though I love you, I am having trouble having faith that you're going to survive this because.
Oh no way! You think that Oxy's going?
They've set up a pattern. He could totally die. Like that's. I'm just saying. I hope
Novak
he doesn't.
Could die?
No. Oxy.
Oh well. What? You were so. I'm so confused.
Oh
what
no!
Were
Yeah.
you even talking about there? Then?
No. Yeah. I was entirely talking about Oxy. Yeah.
So,
I fully believe that Novak will be capable of killing him, and that Novak is not going to die.
No, it made you
here.
seem like you were thinking that Oxy could survive here.
I would like him to.
What makes you think?
I would like him to.
What makes you think?
But
he has a chance. He's
got
a
like-
snowball's chance in hell,
He's
man.
got like a 2% chance random shit could happen.
Bro used up all his luck points on the
the
crossbows,
bolt.
man.
Yeah, no, I know. Hey, that's me. No. See, it's wonderful how the show does this, right? Because here's this character, and we're like, yes, awesome. You have your awesome arc moment and everything, and we're so excited. But that's probably over.
Yeah. Now the main thing is, are you prepared to die?
He is.
And I would say Oxy is, but I don't know if Novak is.
Yeah. I mean, hey,
because he's got a daughter.
Right. Maybe that's what. Like, why Oxy survives. Novak gets pushed to the point where he's actually like, I can't let my kid grow up. With
I have
dad.
to be safe.
Until
he runs away.
My kid won't actually be provided for if I'm killed.
Yeah. I mean, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. She's an adult now. Like she's gonna be fine. But still, it's the difference between dying in this brutal way. But although he has been living this life, for quite a while.
Oh no, yeah, no, exactly. We just have to see how it goes because all the cards are in Novak's favor.
Yes,
all of them,
except for the crossbow ones.
Yeah, right, exactly.
All those guys are dead.
Right.
So it is a one-on-one here.
Yeah, if he manages
which means we
to
are
get
kind
the
of
crossbow,
flipping a coin here,
Yeah.
And
hopefully it'll land on that, both sides are Novak. Oxy is this,
right.
Like that's what we're going on here.
For sure. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Whoa.
Oh, shit.
First blood. That's a good sign.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, no.
Oh! 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 Ah!
Holy shit! Oh!
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah, I guess so, man!
No. Reinforcements?
Where'd you bastards come from? I call bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Right, because they need to question him.
That.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was a little high. It was on the right side. Yeah, his guts are all messed up, but
see, this is where they play the card of he just big,
He just built different.
Yeah.
Oh. New
Freedom.
character. Yeah, that's the guy from the opening on the tower. Oh! This is young Oxy?
All right, okay.
That was young Oxy in the opening all along? Oh! All right. Well, he's dead.
Yep.
He's gonna die. We're inside your head. Son.
Yeah.
All right, let's get that shot.
Yeah, with the tower.
Whoa. Trippy.
私はね、今立っている大地が丸いことを未だに信じられない。こんなもの立てていいのですか？いいかどうかというよりも、そもそも止めることな。
Yeah, it's happening.
君はなぜ地動説を研究した？
Sure.
それは確かこの世に期待するため。本当は君はもっと大きな理念で動いている。いや、動かされている。
It fuels you.
Yeah. Freedom.
一体さっきから何の話を？大きな理念って何に動かされているって言うんです？君が心の底で憧れ求めたものがある。
All right, time to wake up, Oxy. Time to wake up. Yep. It's time for torture, interrogation, and all the above.
ここは異端審問所内の医療施設だ。君はここで1週間。
A week.
Okay.
Yeah, and probably a fever dream with all that stuff at the tower. Well, so... No,
Yep.
not necessarily.
But before then, right. Right.
Yep, asking about Yolenta. Oh. Why are you not afraid of death? Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. We make such brutal examples of them.
Right. If I demonized you, then it'd be easy. Just, you're not human. Right, right.
Right. In order to catch you, I need to understand you. Yeah.
But more importantly, why do you keep coming back? Why does what we do nothing? Yeah.
Also true.
Damn.
Yep. Well, except for that one dude.
And you said they're going to heaven anyway, so.
石箱は谷底に投げ捨てた。中の書類は全て燃やした。観測記録は今やテスト博の完璧なものがある。
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
書いたと言っても誤字も多いと思うので、よければ指摘を。
Yep. We talked about this.
今まで目をつぶって書かせてやってたことに感謝してほしいくらいだ。証拠は全て燃やした方がいいに決まってる。
Right, right.
証拠を出すまで拷問するって言われた場合に、証拠を全て燃やしてしまっていたら提出できるものがないですよね。
Well, that's what all the fake stuff is for, bro.
ないことは証明できない。だから拷問は続く。その場合どうすれば？簡単だ。
We die.
その悪夢みたいな状況を受け入れるしか。
Yeah, if we're caught, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
we're
It's
fucked.
over. Yeah. It's like, I love you, Oxy. You're a great person. You're very simple as far as like,
Yeah.
What do we do then? Damn. To their pain threshold. Yes. Uh-huh.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you. Oh. Oh no.
Or hurting someone they care
Uh-huh,
about.
on someone else. Yeah. And we have a pair here. Botany.
Well, right.
違うよ。君が材料だ。
Oh, they already have Botany, dude.
I don't think it's oh, it is.
Yeah, they already have him. Yeah, it's been a week. It's been a week.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah, they already took the other eye. Yep.
Oh.
これで役者は揃った。
Okay, so they didn't take the other eye.
No. No point in hurting him yet.
まさか君、逃げ切る。
No.
じゃあ早速仕事をする。
Now then.
Big
Oh.
club in the corner.
くれぐれも質問には正直に答えてください。では黒見さえ出席したことは。いいえ。
Okay.
What a decision. Just
協力者はいるかな。 いません。
Okay.
肩慣らしは。
yeah, this was just the appetizer here. Now I get to do what I get want to do.
ちょっとその前にまず君らに感謝を伝えたい。
Yeah, for not implicating my daughter. Oh.
私の職務怠慢についてな。
Oh.
今までに変わるきっかけがなかったわけじゃない。
Oh.
Okay.
むしろ明確なのだ。
Mm-hmm.
そのせいで異端者の君らが私の最愛の娘に近づくなどという。
Oh, the voice acting. Yep.
Yeah.
10年前、私はある異端を担当した。君らのネックレスは彼。
Yeah.
どういう経緯か知らんが、時と場所を超えてき。
Yeah.
やっと目が覚めた。
God, he is owning this scene so much with his voice acting.
君らはどこからかあの研究を引き継いだ。
Right.
ないことは証明できない。だから拷問は続く。
Uh-huh.
その悪夢みたいな状況を受け入れるしかない。
And thus, let us begin the nightmare.
確かに我々はあの研究を引き継いだ。ではそれはどう。しかし、どうやら根本的なことを勘違いされ。
Oh, shit.
あれは私が特別になるためにやっていた。
Blending honesty with... Yeah, very convincing argument here.
私の逮捕時に押収された論文が今この世にある地動説のすべてです。だからいくらオクジー君を拷問しても無駄ですよ。随分あっけない。
But you don't understand. This is personal for me.
それで私が話したいのは地動説は果たしてどの程度異端なのか。
That was a good laugh.
負けていたと言ったがこれでも毎日。
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah.
He's so good.
嘘をついている顔くらいは話の筋は通ってるかもしれないな。けど私が重視するのは感情だ。あれは理屈よりも真実を。
True.
無根拠な憶測です。
Who cares?
なら
Oh.
今から確認しよ
That's where we're ending it.
Oh, bro. Bro.
This episode did not disappoint. It was
Yeah.
wonderfully brutal and succinct.
Yeah, we had a very tight episode in terms of getting through this immediate action sequence
Yep.
into a question being pondered of why, Mr. Anderson?
Yep.
You know?
Oh,
And
yeah,
so-
I was thinking of that too.
Right,
Yeah.
and the simplest question of why is that it leads to more questions. And
Sure.
I love it because if we're going to have Oxy looking deep inside himself and asking why, like, why am I doing this? Like, what is the actual fundamental reason that I do this? And he understands that it's freedom. That's a really fun answer.
Yep.
But in a lot of ways, the freedom answer leads to more questions. Well, okay, clearly you're not just wanting, freedom for freedom's sake.
Right.
It's a core like feeling. It's actually something that's stronger than just a logical, I want to be able to do what I want to be able to do. You know?
Right. It's wanting freedom. Yeah, totally makes sense, right? Novak,
Sure.
Admits that. But the wanting freedom, even at the loss of your own life, that's where it starts to feel a bit funky.
Right.
Because then it's I want to be able to do what I want. And so I'm going to do something that will make me die, the ultimate way to stop you from doing what you want.
Right.
So... How...
So is it freedom? Like is it just that, Oxy? And in some ways, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. But the part that's so fun about this is that Oxy still doesn't know, really. Like,
Sure.
why? Like, this is
Yeah.
what drove him to do this. He had the freedom to then be able to read. He had the freedom to then be able to learn how to write and then do research and come into this whole new worldview that would have been out of his reach if not for, well,
a lot of crazy circumstances.
doing a lot of really, unwise things.
Right. He followed his heart in all the different directions that it led him over the course of his journey.
Yep.
And so it makes total sense that when Novak is like, all right, give me details, brass tacks, and also there's something that's been bothering me, and I would love it if you could put it to rest. In a lot of ways, he asked the exact wrong person. Right. If he asked Botany that, he probably would have gotten a more... a question that would have scratched the itch, but it wouldn't have satisfied it. And
it would have. Botany would have probably posed it back at him as a question as well.
Yeah. Because for Botany, it's like it's ego and these other things, right? Which isn't gonna. That's Botany's a special case, right? And I love how Novak even admits that. And he's not that you wouldn't break under torture. You might not. Whatever. Maybe your wounds put you in a state where I don't want to risk that too much directly, but I can hurt you in front of this other guy. Right. And that might get through him.
Yeah, and the fact that it did do enough that Botany tried to bring up the logical argument within the context of, so just so beating him is pointless. It's a waste of time. It doesn't solve anything here. You're going to basically just kill me and it'll be done with. So why make us suffer through this? You won. You did it. It's over. Good job. Go home.
That really is a testament to Botany's ability to be calm under pressure,
right?
And Novak's ability to sniff out lies. That was actually pretty effective, right? Like it wasn't that he had a problem with that logic, or he's like, no, I can't trust what you say, and so I'm going to torture you just in case, Right. It was that I know there's something that you're keeping from me. And what's fascinating is that the thing that he's keeping from you is the thing that I was expecting him to ask about. Maybe he doesn't because there's other people potentially listening in on this or whatever.
Oh, no. Yeah, he definitely does not want to bring this up early.
Right, because that, if anything, could give them power over him. And the fact that they are refusing, like, if they bring that up, then it's like okay, I have to torture you until you die here without anyone else ever coming into the room. Right?
Oh, no. Then he just basically beats them until they can't speak. So they can't utter his daughter's name.
Right.
Which is fun because in a lot of ways, what's really cool about this is that Novak's really good at telling when people have something to hide.
Yes.
But I don't think he's actually good at telling when people are lying.
Sure.
And so the, question of, do you have any collaborators? None. And it's like, cool. He doesn't necessarily know that was the lie, though.
Sure.
He then focuses on the important thing of like, hey, so if I had done my due diligence 10 years ago,
right,
you might not have found this research, or you might not have come into this story at all.
Yep. Oh,
and I love that he understands that he doesn't know that, because if you looked at the three things on this, it looks like the Belt of Orion, which then pointed you to... No. All he knows, he's like, holy shit. They're wearing the necklace...
What the
okay,
fuck?
clearly there's a connection here.
Right.
Regardless of what it is, they must have taken that research that we either, never found,
maybe
because he was so willing to die.
And maybe that's even where he sees the connection that Oxy was the dude that got away way back when. Because it's but I grabbed somehow the heretic, or, the heretic that we were escorting that day, ended up getting the necklace from however it had to travel to get there.
Right.
And that's the last, he probably would have seen it on the guy, right? Since he was handling him. And then the thing happened, and I didn't go after that guy. He ran, and I thought he was screwed, right? I didn't think I needed to.
But I think the other thing is that he's like, no, he didn't just screw up in that regard, but he
screwed up with Rafal.
He screwed up with Rafal and let articles of this guy, like actual like items of his, like end up getting away. Yeah. So it's just fun to see Novak in this like
introspective,
but I would say more vulnerable place where he's acknowledging that he's not just fallible, but I mean, obviously he's fallible. He's not claiming any kind of perfection. It's I really need to do this job well. So right here, right now, I'm being given basically a second chance to make sure this is done.
Right. That this never comes near my daughter again.
Yep. Yeah. And I did such a bad job with it that it came near my daughter.
Right.
And you guys, you're so lucky you're not basically implicating
You'll wish that
her.
I would let you go to hell.
Right.
Like,
and what's so fun about this is he is probably just a little bit scared of like even bringing up Yolenta at all. He's probably like, no. I don't want to mention that. I don't want to give them any ideas. We're under torture. They'll name her, and then I have to then go and deal with that whole nonsense. He's just like, no, I'm going to have them, maybe try and give me some convincing arguments that they'll come up with. I'll sniff out the bullshit.
Yep.
And then I'll just do what I do best. And oh God, here we go. I really think that while they're probably both going to die, the part that I'm maybe a little bit nervous about, is he kills Botany, because Botany's clearly the researcher here.
Sure.
But then he basically leaves Oxy alive.
Yeah,
and he just kind of stalks Oxy, or he basically just monitors him or watches him. And he's dumb enough to, do something. And I don't know.
I mean, there's already a couple things that are kind of fascinating about how this is going down.
Right.
One, the fact that we got to the torture in this episode. I was not expecting it to get that far, to the point where, and now we've even, like, thankfully...
we time skipped a week of him recovering.
Yep, and then we skipped past some of the torture, which I appreciate.
I actually thought that was a really cool, like, directing choice.
Yeah, because we know what's going to happen, and also it then builds up when he says, okay, now the introduction's over, right? Because it's we've got much more inventive tools than clubs, right?
Right. It
this
also,
is sophisticated.
Now that I think about it, it's probably not a directing choice. It's probably exactly how it was in the manga, too.
But then the whole thing of him deciding to actually torture Oxy in front of Botany. And maybe that's just because Botany is the one where he can tell, like, especially with how fucked up his face is, yeah, pain's not going to work on this guy.
Well,
right?
he probably doesn't even need to look at his face. He probably can just talk with the guy, and he goes, oh, no, you're one of those. Okay, cool.
All right, cool.
No, I don't
do this different thing. But
I need to break you mentally.
Right. But, if I were to look at Botany and talk with him, while he is definitely a special individual in a special case, I would not describe him as being particular in touch with his feelings. And so that is not where I would think to hurt him necessarily. So the fact that he's torturing Oxy is interesting to me.
So to me, the reason why I think he's doing it is not because he's saying, oh, I'm not going to torture Botany at all.
Sure.
He will eventually torture Botany.
Yeah.
And he might be just about to.
Right.
But I think it's that he can get more mileage out of them if he alternates. And he doesn't just...
where it's
focus on
you get
the one who clearly has all the answers.
Right, you get a bit of respite, and now as I'm coming back to you, do you want to talk now? Yeah, or turning to the other person, I'm about to rip their kneecaps off. Do you want to talk? Yeah.
Also, just watching violence in general being done to another person is going to bring out emotions in a person, even if you're Botany. like he does not like seeing Oxy go through this here. He does care about Oxy a little bit.
And to be fair, it's not like Novak knows botany super well, so he's going off of what he's discovered in this case. So
and also probably just his own experiences when dealing with groups, and he's like, oh, classic. Yeah. I will just.
He's got lots of tools.
I'll divide them here.
Yeah,
I'm just excited the fact that one, Novak is going to survive this. Mm-hmm. He is going to take the words of these men that will keep ringing in his ear the older he gets.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm excited for a world where even if both of these men die, Novak's going to live, and his daughter is going to be the one that carries heliocentrism forward to the next stage of things. That's going to be amazing.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely fantastic.
On his deathbed, she'll be like, didn't you ever maybe think, Dad, what if you were wrong? What if all this stuff you'd been doing? And he's going to say something like, I never believed I was doing the right thing.
Yeah, I
just believed that I was doing something better than what, they were doing.
Yeah. Right. I almost expected, there was a point in the episode where Novak was like building up to saying something, and I almost expected him to, when he cut off Botany.
Oh, he started laughing.
Yeah, he started laughing.
That laugh was so good.
It was fantastic. And also, it's a slight tangent, I love how Novak's character quirk of being these sort of like tired, I'm just doing my job, is actually being brought up in a meta way where he's like, oh shit, I've been slacking. And now we're going to get that, religious zealot, basically. Fantastic.
Well, I don't think he's religious. I don't think he's religious at all. He's a mercenary. No, he's brought in.
I think he's a decent bit religious.
Well,
like going to heaven and all that stuff.
No, he doesn't. See, this is the thing. He made the thing of like, God made a promise to us, if we live a quiet life and all that, we'll go to heaven. Bro is not living quiet life.
No, totally. Yeah,
Bro doesn't care about his eternal soul in the religious sense.
No, right. But
I don't even think he's doing this for a religious thing. He's never been like, my God needs this. Like,
oh no. But like him saying that,
he's just getting paid.
No, right. But if there truly wasn't any faith behind it, because there've been a few things that he said that theoretically could be posturing, but if he wasn't actually a person of faith, that wouldn't be as convincing of a thing to say, right? Because the idea that God promised us this, so why would you throw it away?
No, because he's saying that's what the general civilian believes. He's saying that God promised us. This is what everybody believes. Nobody grew up without being taught this.
Right.
In their society. So he's basically looking at a person and being like, why did you and why do people like you keep appearing? Why do you keep breaking the norm? And he's like, yeah, this is cool. You seem to be of sound mind. So I will have an actual conversation with you.
Right.
Because I want to understand why
what this
you
whole
guys
thing is. Yeah.
have the ability of having a sound mind and yet rejecting your programming. And what I think he's saying is not that by definition having the programming makes you some religious person or what have you. That's what every single normal common sense person believes.
Right.
And so
from that foundation, how did you get here?
Yeah, exactly. And so clearly you're not actually giving me your basis for this stuff, so I'm going to discover it.
Right. Yeah.
No, I would call him, if anything, like,
I still think he is religious though.
Yeah. I think it's a very interesting point to make him to be a zealot though. I don't think he was before. Yeah, I don't think he is at all. I think religious zealotry is something that would go a little bit a little bit bad in the palette of what he actually talks about and
mind if I take a shot at that? Right. I believe that he will become zealous in his job after this event, but that does not mean that it's coming from a basis of faith. It's from my daughter almost got wrapped up in this whole shit story.
Exactly. I think religious zealotry is a very reductive title to ascribe to him, and thus I will never agree that he's remotely religiously zealous unless we see something completely different shown for him here. The guy is collecting a paycheck. He wants to, his motivation is to basically have a good setup for, at the very least, his daughter and himself.
Well, but that's why I think now this is such a fun turn for Novak, because if I'm right, this is where it becomes personal. It's not just a paycheck. He is going to be very invested in this, and that'll be a fun way to basically give growth to this character that up until now in the story, while he had like that one moment of being like not understanding what was going on with Rafal, he has been a force in the story, right? You know, more so than like us getting to know him or him having an arc, right? And this is where we get the follow-up on that whole Rafal thing, even to the point of him bringing it up when talking to them and being like, hey, what's the deal? And so if this ends up going in a direction at least that rhymes with Novak is kind of the overarching main character of the show as everyone else gets killed, you know, and we get to see him change and everything, and maybe then you'll end up being the final pieces, you know, the poetry of it.
No, I get that, but I feel like, again, we're not in a main character story.
Sure.
We're not in that kind of story.
The whole go for it.
Go ahead.
The whole thing of the people just sort of showing up and, you know, riddling Oxy with crossbow bolts is kind of reinforcing that notion, right?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
we're telling the story of this world and how there are people that have hope in it. There are people that have hope in the people in this world finding the truth, and there are those that are at war with the truth, and that's it. It feels like it's a story about those who fight to keep the truth in their hands versus those that try to wrest it from them. And thus it makes, I would say, Novak more of a tragic character than anything like main character, or even like somebody who's going to become more zealous. I feel like it's going to be something where he's going to realize more and more over time how little he can like think like freely and actually like see this world for what it is. Because a lot of the times when he interacts with the other religious folk in general, he seems to be like the guy who's kind of on the outs with everybody.
Sure.
Nobody likes him being there. He doesn't have all the right prim proper kind of stuff and things like that.
Right.
He is not
a man of the cloth.
Right. He's by definition a non-religious person to all of them.
He's the iron fist that goes in and, you know, does the Lord's work, basically.
Yeah, sure. The point I was getting at though was that he doesn't reinforce his own belief in this by that stuff. He doesn't need extra reinforcement in order to convince himself. If anything, he's coming to the heretics with the like, but like why? Like I want to get it. Like, come on, tell me, convince me.
Right.
Like, persuade me. It to me sounds like somebody who's the opposite of a zealot. They're wanting to empathize. They're wanting to actually understand. They'd love to know, how is it that your truth is completely opposite to what everybody in the world knows to be true. And it's like, that's somebody who's actually like interested in asking questions. So it feels like it's the opposite of blind faith. He kind of mocks even Oxy's blind faith, you know?
Well, right, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything, because it's it's the faith that is different from that of the organization that he is a part of, you know?
Right, but okay, sure. All right. But, I think this is a really fun setup for also the very clear execution that's coming up. But the fact that we ended the episode here mid-torture is also very odd then, because then that means we are going to have some kind of development within the torture, or we're going to skip through all of it again.
Right, like we could start the next episode and it's just,
do you think we're going to get some kind of development between the two boys?
Maybe
before the torture's over, because I feel like ending it here is kind of implying there will be something like that.
Yeah, it definitely is the this conflict is not over, right?
Sure.
And so I mean,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, there's the possibility that the two of them being in the same room could bolster each other, kind of, or it's like, all right, we're not alone, we're going through this together, sort of a thing.
Sure.
And at that point, he'd just separate them or whatever, right?
Do you think Oxy's gonna live?
No,
because we had his flashback here to, and it wasn't even really a flashback. It was like a hallucination brought upon by his recovery, like a fever dream. But the idea that we see a young version of him thinking about his why, maybe that's what the development is that he's able to find something deep inside of him that actually like rings out in the midst of the torture here.
I think that's absolutely going to happen.
Yeah.
But I hope Oxy dies, because things like the people showing up with the crossbows and the carriage wasn't heard, the reason why that doesn't bother me is because it's so obvious that Oxy's going to die, right? And so we're going to get something slightly different. Yes, he's going to survive the crossbow bolts and all that stuff so that we can basically get more narrative juice out of it.
Right.
But you know how this ends, right? That's not going to change. And so then the basically like conveniences, or with the whole torture and context, inconveniences, it doesn't have like a permanent effect on the story.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, good point.
But
damn. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below. For our Patreon, you got on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. And also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.